Hi guys, thanks for tuning in again. It's Friday, so I don't have masses of time, but I do have a little job to do where I just have to relocate my air pump because it's not ideal. It's only going to be a temporary move as I've got a lot of other bits and pieces to do on the fry tank before I settle on the final configuration for it. Certainly for the overwinter part of it anyway. So I'll flip you around and show you what's on. So as you can see, air pump sitting on top of the moving bed. It's fine, it's not an issue, but it's a pain in the arse when you want to get in the moving bed, and obviously running off an extension cord, not ideal. We'll be doing something with the Tempest in a future video, so stay tuned for that one. So for now, air pump is going to move from there, so I should be running airline up to there. We'll go round the wall and we'll drop down here, and the air pump is going to live just down here by the tank for now, and I can wire it into my whisker box there, so just tidies up all the wiring. I don't need it on a plug for the minute, and it is only going to be a temporary home. A temporary home that's a little bit less temporary than that one over there. But get this done, and then I've got a lid that I need to sort for this tank as well. So once it's all set up in its winter configuration, then I can rehome the air pump to a shelf, probably up there on the wall somewhere. Right, so plenty of Chinesium airline, eBay special, can't go wrong, he says. So we'll do that. Oh, and on a note for another future video, let me spin you around here. Zoom in on that over the back there. Oh, there's my day job. Nice big 1,000-litre tank. Now I was going to use it as a holding tank, stroke quarantine tank, or possibly even an overwinter tank for some of the New Forest koi fry. But now I'm leaning towards actually making my own rip-off version of a Nexus. So, you know, that may be coming in future videos, or I may change my mind. Who knows? Right. Anyway, excuse all the junk. Let's get back to the job in hand. One air pump. Of course, everyone knows how to remove a plug. So, ideally we want them all the same length. So we'll start again. This is a great little tool. Knipex. Can't go wrong with Knipex. Beautiful. Doesn't cut into any of the cores. It's excellent for stripping your cables. So with it being flex, I could put ferrules on there, but the beauty of Wagos is you don't need to put ferrules on flex. It is designed to grip flex. Now I haven't turned this off yet, but I will before I do any work on it. There we are. So, those of you, nearly dropped it. Those of you that don't know what a Wago is, there we are. It's a Wago. It's a great way to connect wires. Obviously, I'm going to have to change these from two-way Wagos to three-way Wagos. I could put 5s on there just to get it ready for the future, but I'll see what I've got in my bag at the moment. Okay, right, for the minute I shall turn you. There's a moving bed with the air off, so obviously now that pipe usually sits just under the water. Obviously when I turn the pump off, it's going to gravity feed back into here, so we don't want that, because obviously then the media gets sucked back up and ends up in the pressure filter. So I shall unplug our pump. There we are. So now I know all this is dead. I know it's dead. I haven't even got to test it because it's on the plug, so it can't be live. Okay, I shall stop there for a minute and set the camera up to turn around. Stuffing gland, quite simple, goes into the side of the whisker box. Sometimes they're really good and they push the knockout. Sometimes you've got to knock the knockout to allow it to screw in, but we shall see what this one does. Let's get some better grips. Good old slip joint pliers, commonly known as nut fudgers. I can't say what the actual word is because it's YouTube. And we want to stay family friendly. There we go, there's the bits for the knockout. And now we just simply feed our cable through the stuffing gland, like so. That's about right for me there, so we tighten that up. That's got a waterproof seal in there. Once that's snug on the cable, it should technically maintain its IP rating and stop water ingress into the box. So let's just put you back down again for a second. There we are. Now, what we got in my box of Wagos. So I'm possibly going to add a heater to this over the coming weeks. So you can have a 3-way Wago, but we're not going to use those. We're going to add a 5-way Wago. All this will happily run off of one 13 amp plug, just purely because there isn't any massive loading on it. There's our CPC. There's our neutral. So for those of you that don't know how these work, it's quite simple. You lift the lever, put your cable into the hole, stripping off the correct amount of insulation on your cable. Once it's in, simply close the lever, and that's your connection made. Really, really good, really, really simple, and electricians love them. I love them, trainee electrician, so, you know, saves masses of time, far, far better than bloody old Scotch block, and simple, more expensive, but the simplicity, you know, makes it worthwhile. If you're using hard cable like Twin and Earth, simply you can just push it straight in without lifting the lever. So very, very good bits of kit. So always do a little tug test because you want to make sure it's going to stay, your cables are going to stay in there. All good. So that's all good. And there's our connections made. So I'll just dress these in there nicely and I'll get the lid put back on. There we have it. All in nicely. This is the air pump. This is our feed in, and this is our filter pump. So I shall tidy these cables up in a minute, and let's just plug it in, see if it works. There we are. So that's the filter. The filter has kicked back on now, which is ideal. Air pump working away nicely. So time to play with the Chinese airline. So scrap bit of builder's band. We'll just cut a couple lengths of this. Very versatile stuff, well worth having in your toolbox. Couple of loops. And then we'll bosh it on the wall. Simple as that. And just run our airline. I've got to run 2 of these. A bit more on that one. So that's plenty on that one. We'll do the same again. All I'm going for here is for the airline to be up out of the way and to provide a nice high arc, so I don't have to faff around with non-return valves, so that there'll be no chance of the water actually making its way back to the pump in the event of a power cut. Lovely jubbly. So, now the quality of this airline, it ain't fantastic, but 17 quid for 100 metres, I'm not going to complain. That's available on eBay. So I shall change this one as well. Just so I can have it a bit longer, and then I can go through the loop up there with it too, with my improvised weight. Should do the job on that one. This is a bit squidgy, this airline, It's not as good as, you know, some of the main brands, but it'll do the job. We'll connect this one up. Awesome. There we are, we have bubbles. It's just to go and reset you up to do the other two air stones. Right, so we'll pull these two air stones out of here. Again with my improvised weights on them. Got a feeling these little cable ties will be a bit snug for this airline, so might just nip those off. And start again. Stick that through. It looks a bit rubbish, but when it's under the water, no one's going to give a monkeys, as long as it blows bubbles. Just like that. Obviously there's no weight in the air stone whatsoever, hence the bodge job with the rocks, so we'll chuck that one in. Nice little thud as it hit the bottom of the barrel. And we'll do the same on this one. A nice little loop with a nice little cable tie. Let's poke our airline through it. Wash the air stone back on. Just snug that up a little bit. Obviously we don't want to restrict the airflow. And that's it. Ready to go back in the moving bed, and I'll show you that in a second. There we go. Moving bed. I'll let that get up to speed again. There isn't usually any dead spots in it, but what media is collecting there by the sieve generally doesn't stay there for very long. And that's it. That's that little job done. Not the tidiest. But it does go round where I need it to go. Oops. Air pump will snug in the corner there. And like I say, it's all on the plug, so if I need to do any work on it, I'll just whiz out the plug. Cool. That's that little job done. So, ta-ta for now.